Guys, today we are going to talk about disease. Disease. What's the meaning of disease here? If our body is not functioning of one organ or more organs or a system of the body or system of the body is adversely affected, means not working properly, then such characteristic or characterized by various signs and symptoms. Various signs and symptoms. On that time, we can say that we are affecting with a kind of disease. So we say that we are not healthy or suffering from a kind of disease. Now, how can we classify disease? We can categorize disease into two parts types. First, a kind of disease is an infectious disease. We categorize disease on the basis of their spreading ability. And another one is non-infectious disease. First of all, infectious disease which can easily spread from patient, or we can say here one person or affected person or infected person to another person. Easily transmitted matlab with the help of some agencies like droplets, aerosols. Droplets means when you are in a market and someone sneezing without using a handkerchief or their hand or elbow, then some droplets from the patient just spread in the nearing environment. Such droplets spread in a nearing environment, and we are just going through with this environment and just breathe out, then we are suffering, or we realize that we are suffering a kind of disease. So these droplets are the spreading agencies for a kind of disease here. Same here, aerosol. Next one, using utensils of infected person If a person is infected and we use such kind of utensils used by them, using utensil of infected person means if an infected person used a laptop or a pen or a glass and we use such kind of things, then this disease easily spread from infected to a healthy person. Third one, that is a it's little rare, but it should be like from blood transfusion. The best example of infected disease is AIDS. It can spread only through blood transfusion. Okay, and another disorder like common cold. Another is a flu. Okay, next is non-infected disease which can not easily spread. And those diseases which are not easily spread from patient or affected person to another person. And this disease like cancer, tetanus, such kind of diseases which are not spread easily from one to another person are called as a non-infectious disease. Next one is pathogen. Disease causing agents are called as pathogens. They are the disease causing agents which are called as pathogens here. These disease causing agents, they may be a virus, they may be a fungus or a fungi. It should be a kind of another helminthes, or it should be a protozoan. It should be helminth. It should be a bacteria. Means any microorganism which cause disease are called pathogens. Next is vector. Vector are the agents which spread disease, not cause disease, but they spread disease. Okay, now bacterial disease. First is first disease. I mark it as first point disease, second point pathogen, means the agency or the agent which is responsible for such kind of disease. It should be a bacteria. We mark it as bacterial disease. Means now we are going to study about bacterial disease. How many kind of a or a type of a bacterial disease here? Next is symptoms and pathogenicity. Means how can we treat or stop uh, to spread such kind of disease. The name of disease here is typhoid or typhoid fever. Okay, and the pathogen or the infected agent here is Salmonella typhi. It's a generic name, it's a specific name. We underline it separately, both of these. So the disease is typhoid or a typhoid fever, and the pathogen is a Salmonella typhi. Symptoms, first of all, or a pathogenicity. We all doing this. That's it enters small intestine through contaminated water and food and migrate through blood. Next of all, its first symptom is a high fever. It should be a 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. Next is the patient feel weakness, constipation, stomach pain, or we can say abdominal pain. And when the patient feeling a fever, then we can say headache, obvious. There are some cases in which intestinal proliferation causes and a patient should be a death here. The test for typhoid is vital test. It is used to identify the Salmonella typhi pathogen in the host body through blood because it migrates through blood. Next is medicine. Before we are go through with the medicine, I'll just tell you a small story. A lady, her name Mary Mellon. She was a cook by her profession, and she cooked food for others, and she spread this disease through her food cooked by her. So the name of medicine was the nickname of that lady. The medicine name is Typhoid Mary, on a nickname on a nickname of Mary Mellon, cooked by profession and spread disease, and she spread disease through the food cooked by her. Through the food cooked by her. Next disease, the second one is disease pneumonia. Please silent here. Pathogen Streptococcus pneumoniae, and Hemophilia influenzae. Hemophilia, Hemophilus influenzae. Here. Next is symptoms and pathogenicity. It spread through by droplets or aerosol of infected person or using glass or utensils of infected person. Pneumonia is a disease of lung. So infect alveoli of the lungs here. In this case, it's the alveoli and it is filled with a fluid or a fluid medium. So that's why it blocks the passage in between blood circulation or alveoli. So that's why transfusion of gases are rare or resist here due to this fluid filled cavity. So we can write it here. Alveoli get filled with fluid, leading to severe problem in respiration. Symptoms: fever with chilling, ठंड लगना, कफ, खांसी होना, headache, सिर में दर्द. In some cases, lips and nails turn bluish or grayish to bluish in color. Such kind of disease is a bacterial disease, another bacterial disease. Remember that it's a bacteria. Remember that.